Support for WCBU's On Deck comes from Jaguar Land Rover Peoria on Allen Road. Special offers available on nearly every new Jaguar with personalized service throughout purchasing and ownership. Jaguar, a proud luxury and performance brand. More at jaguarlandroverpeoria.com.
Soon, all Illinois high schoolers will have a chance to earn an endorsement for their next stage of life after graduation, whether that's college or the workforce. That's just one of the things you'll want to hear about to start your day for Tuesday, June 11th. I'm Tim Shelley, and this is WCBU's On Deck. First on deck today, Illinois is increasingly becoming an oasis for people looking to affirm their gender identity. This comes as many other Midwestern states roll out new restrictions on hormone therapy. WCBU's Isabella Nieto reports.
More out-of-state patients are coming to Illinois for gender-affirming hormone therapy, or GOT. That's according to Mallory Cluckey. She is the director of the Planned Parenthood of Illinois GOT program. She says they frequently serve young people from out of state that don't feel comfortable seeking gender-affirming care at home.
It is incredibly important to people's mental well-being and their physical well-being, and just their ability to thrive in the world. It's very impactful care that allows people to live their best and truest lives.
Gender-affirming hormone therapy involves administering the estrogen or testosterone hormone through a variety of methods to allow a person's body to undergo physical changes to match their gender. Cluckey says Planned Parenthood has provided these services for a long time. She also says Illinois has become a safe haven for people seeking gender-affirming care.
It was something that was important to expand the ways in which we serve patients.
Planned Parenthood of Illinois offers gender-affirming hormone therapy to those 16 and older. Minors are required to have parental permission. For WCBU's On Deck, I'm Isabella Nieto.
Here are some other stories we're following in the WCBU newsroom. The Peoria City Council is set to vote on spending $800,000 to repair a rough patch of MacArthur Highway between Moss Avenue and Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Governor J.B. Pritzker is expected to sign legislation that would ban new carbon capture projects for the next 2 years, or until the federal government updates safety rules. Sister Diane Marie McGrew, the longtime president of the OSF healthcare system, has died at age 57 after a battle with cancer. Find more of these stories and all the details at WCBU.org. Over the past few school years, a number of Illinois high schoolers graduating with college and career pathway endorsements has grown exponentially. Peter Medlin explains what it is and what they mean for those students.
How do we know a high school student is prepared for their career, whether they're going to college or straight into the workforce? Well, typically it's a high school diploma or a GED, but what about more specifically? How can we say this high school grad's well prepared to pursue a career in computer science or teaching? Well, in Illinois, students can now earn what's called a college and career pathway endorsement. It's a literal stamp on their high school diploma that says by completing a series of steps, they've demonstrated mastery in the area. But what exactly are those steps? Heather Penzak can explain. She's Director of Innovation and Implementations at the Ed Systems Center housed at Northern Illinois University.
They've engaged in career-focused courses, they've participated in work-based learning, and they've also demonstrated readiness for college-level reading and math.
Students complete internships, team-based courses, and early college credit. And this pathway framework started back in 2016 with the Post-Secondary and Workforce Readiness Act. The State Board of Education developed the system, and school districts built each component part, and finally, in 2020, the first Illinois student earned the seal. And since then, it has been growing fast. In Illinois, 47 students across 5 districts were awarded in 2021. The class of 22 jumped to almost 600 students in 36 districts, and last year, over 1,000 students in 39 districts. And Penzak expects another leap this year, too. Bryce Shen is one of those students this year. He just graduated from Naperville North High School with an endorsement in business entrepreneurship and is headed to University of California, Berkeley to study business in the fall. With the Pathway program, a few days a month, instead of going to school, Shen got to go into the city. And when he wasn't in class, his friends would naturally ask where he was.
I would tell them I was up in Chicago for my internship, and they'd be very shocked.
The internship was one step towards earning his endorsement, and every Pathways student graduates with at least 60 internship hours. Jill Lovacek is the district's director of innovation and learning.
We actually have 6 different pathway endorsements that students can earn.
They have 2 in agri-science, 2 information technology pathways, 1 in business and 1 in education, and they're planning to add even more next year. It's so ingrained that their course catalog maps out how each class connects to the pathways and even how extracurricular clubs and activities fit in. Lovacek says their process starts pretty early. By 8th grade, they want students to start understanding their options and what they're interested in. In 8th grade, that's when they hold what Lovacek calls a career fair on steroids. And now you might be thinking, geez, 8th grade? Isn't this all a bit too early to lock young students onto a path? What if they want to change their mind? Well, they do revisit the plans every year, and Helena Illich says having these work-based opportunities early actually allows for more flexibility and exploration instead of making you feel stuck in a box. She just wrapped up her first year at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and she was part of the first cohort of Naperville students earning their endorsements, hers in computer science.
Solidified that I actually want to do this in a work environment, because I think there's a really big disconnect between like, oh, I like taking a course in this versus I actually like doing this for a job, because a lot of the work you're doing is different, even though the expertise might be the same.
She says there's an advantage to finding out early before you're in college and before you spend a lot of money pursuing something you might change your mind about. And Heather Penzak wants to clarify that not every school offers the same endorsements.
Depending what your employer partnerships look like, depending what your college partnerships look like, but also what is the local demand?
Legislation in 2022 expanded the pathway system. Unless they formally opt out, all Illinois high schools will be required to offer an endorsement starting with the class of 2027 who just finished their freshman year this spring. And as these programs grow, leaders like Lovacek hope the endorsement signals that this student is well prepared for the next stage of their life. I'm Peter Medlin.
Now, before we let you go, tonight is the regular meeting of the Peoria City Council. You can listen to the proceedings live on 89.9 FM or WCBU.org starting at 6. And that's all for today. You can subscribe to WCBU's On Deck podcast on Apple, Spotify, or the NPR app.